Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to fix an error, that is an Unreal process has crashed UE4 WRC. So if you're facing this Unreal Engine 4 crash with EA Sports WRC game on your Windows computer, then please follow the steps shown in this video. The first step is to restart Steam. So if you have the game on Steam, you can restart Steam. I don't have the game on Steam, but if you have the game on Steam, you can click on exit and then restart Steam and then launch the game. Now if you have the game on EA App, you can exit EA App and then open EA App and then launch the game and then check. Next step is to uninstall Wheels Driver. Now if you are using Wheels, in that case, first of all uninstall Wheels Driver and then unplug the wheels and then launch the game without wheel connected. So launch the game after you unplug the wheel, and then once the game is up and running, reinstall Wheels Driver and then you can connect the wheels and then check. This has worked for many players, so it might work for you. If you're using Wheels, then you can follow this and then check. Next step is to put these commands in launch option. So if you have the game on Steam, I have the game on EA App. I don't have the game on Steam, so I'll show you with different games. So this is just an example. So you have to make a right click on WRC game and then select properties, and over here you can see the launch option. In the launch option, type in -DX11 and then close this and launch the game and then check. Again, if you're facing the problem, then make a right click on WRC game and then over here type in -D3D11 and then now launch the game and then check. If that does not work, in that case you can type in force space -D3D11, put this in the launch option and then check. If that does not work, you can type in, so that is -window space -D3D11. So -window space -D3D11. Now you can close this and then launch the game. If that does not work, you can type in -DX12 and then you can close this and then launch the game. Now if nothing works, you can remove this and then follow the next step. Now if you have the game on EA App, you can do the same thing in the EA App. Click on manage, then click on properties, view properties. Over here you can type in -DX11. Now click on save and then launch the game. If that does not work, you can try -D3D11 and then click on save and then launch the game. If that does not work, you can force DX12. So click on manage, view properties. Over here type in force -DX11 and then check. Now the next, again click on manage, view properties. If that does not work, you can type in -window space -D3D11 over here and then click on save, launch the game. And then again the last one, you can try -DX12 over here and then click on save and then launch the game and then check. But still nothing is working. You can go to view properties once again, remove this and then follow the next step. Now the next step is to unplug every USB device except keyboard and mouse. So if you have any external devices connected, wheels, pedals, everything, disconnect all the USB devices from the computer and except the keyboard and mouse, and then start the game without any USB devices connected. And then once the game is up and running, you can then plug in your USB devices which you want and then check. This has worked for many players, so it might work for you, so you can try this. Next step is to try using a camera inside the vehicle. Now, so if you're facing Monte Carlo crash, in that case, for many users, using a camera only inside the vehicle has worked, and for many users, using the camera outside the vehicle has worked. So you can try both. Try to use the camera inside the vehicle, and you can also try using the camera only outside the vehicle and then check. This has worked for many players to fix Monte Carlo crash. Now, the next step is to do a clean installation of your graphics driver. So if you have NVIDIA card, go to NVIDIA website. If you have AMD card, go to AMD website. I'm showing for NVIDIA. So go to NVIDIA website. Now over here, select the right product type and then select right product series. So whichever product series you have, select your product series and then select your graphic card. So make sure that you select your graphic card over here. Now, if you have Windows 10, select Windows 10. If you have Windows 11, select Windows 11 and then click on Start Search and then scroll down. The latest GeForce Game Ready driver right now is driver version 546.01. This is the studio one. This is GeForce Game Ready driver. You have to install this one and the latest is 546.02. Now click on Get Download. Now click on Download now. And once this download is complete, run this exe file. Now once you run this exe file, you will see this screen. Click on Agree and Continue and then put a check on the box which says Custom and then click on Next and then put a check on the box which says Perform a clean installation. Make sure that you put a check on Perform a clean installation and then click on Next and let the installation complete, and after the installation, restart your computer and then launch the game. Now the next step is now this is for laptop users with dual graphic card. Make sure that you run the game on dedicated graphic card. Now for this, type in graphics settings in Windows search box and then click on graphics settings. Now click on browse over here and then go to the game installation folder. So if the game is installed in C drive, open C drive. Now if you have the game on EA app, then open program files and then open EA games folder, and over here you will find the EA WRC folder. Open the game folder, binaries folder, Win64, select the game exe file, click on add. In my case, the game is already added. Again, click on browse and select the second exe file and then click on add. Now once the game is added, click on the game and then click on options, select high performance. Now click on save. Do the same thing with the second exe file. Click on the game, select options, select high performance. Now click on save and then launch the game. Next step is to allow the game exe file to your antivirus program. So if you have any third-party antivirus such as Avast, Norton, Bitdefender, McAfee, whichever antivirus program you have, make sure that you allow the game exe file to your antivirus program. Now if you're using Windows security, then open Windows settings and then go to privacy and security if you have Windows 11 and then click on Windows security. If you have Windows 10, click on update and security. In Windows 10 you will have an option update and security, then click on Windows security. Now click on virus and threat protection. Scroll down, at the end you will see manage ransomware protection. Click on it. Now click on allow an app through controlled folder access. Click on yes to allow and then click on add an allowed app, browse all apps, and then again go to the game installation folder. Now if you have the game on Steam, you have to open program file 686. Now open the Steam folder. Now open the Steam apps folder. Now open the common folder. Over here you will find the WRC folder. If you have the game on C drive, if you have the game on different drive, go to different drive and then open the Steam folder, Steam apps common, and then now in my case it's in EA games folder. Now select the game exe file over here and then click on open. Again, click on add an allowed app, browse all apps, select the second exe file. Now click on open. Now type in control panel in Windows search box and then click on control panel and then click on system and security, Windows Defender Firewall. Now click on allow an app or feature through Windows Defender Firewall. Now click on change settings on the top. Click on allow another app, click on browse and then go to the game installation folder once again and then open the game folder and then select the game exe file and then click on open. Now click on add. In my case the game is already added, so it's telling me that it's already added, so I already added this. Now again click on allow another app. Now click on browse, select the second exe file and then click on open. Now click on add and then check if there is any kind of other game folder where you can find the game exe file. No, there is not. So once you add the game, now you can check if the game is added or not. Yeah, in my case all the exe files are added. Once it is added, click on OK. Now launch the game and then check. Now the next step is to repair or verify the game file. Now if you have the game on Steam, go to Steam, make a right click on WRC and then select properties, go to install files and then click on verify integrity of game files. Now if you have the game on EA app, click on manage over here, click on repair over here, and once the repair is done, now launch the game. Next step is to run the game as an administrator from the game installation folder. Now for this, if you have the game on EA app, click on manage, then click on properties, view properties. Now click on browse. It will straight away take you to the game installation folder. Open WRC folder, binaries, Win64, and then make a right click on the WRC game and then click on run as administrator. If that does not work, you can even try this trial one. Click on run as administrator. Now make a right click and then select properties, and over here put a check on the box which says run this program as an administrator, then click on apply, click on OK, and then make a double click, launch the game. If that does not work, again click on properties, and this time click on put a check on disable full screen optimization. Now click on apply, click on OK, make a double click, launch the game. And still you're facing the problem, then go to properties, and then this time put a check on the box which says run this program in compatibility mode for, and select Windows 8, click on apply, click on OK, launch the game. If that does not work, you can even try Windows 7. So you can try Windows 7 over here, click on apply, click on OK, and then launch the game. Now still you're facing the problem. In that case, uncheck all the boxes. If these are not working, you can uncheck these boxes and then launch the game and then check. Now the next step is to rename WRC folder in app data folder. Now you can go to File Explorer and then go to this PC, open C drive. Now open users folder. Now open your username folder. Now open app data folder. If you don't see app data on the top, click on view, select show, and then put a check on hidden items. You should be able to see app data. If you have Windows 10, somewhere over here you will find the view option. Click on view, then somewhere over here you will find the hidden items box. Put a check on hidden items box and you should be able to see app data folder. Open app data folder. Now open the local folder and then find WRC folder. Here you can see WRC. You can make a right click and then you can rename this as WRC.old. You can rename this. Click on yes, yes. That's already contains a name config. Okay, I already have this WRC old. So once you create WRC old folder, once you rename it, when you launch the game, it will create a new WRC folder like this, and then you can check. Now, if not resolved, then you can delete the WRC folder in app data folder, but this will result in loss of game progress. You have to start everything from scratch. So if that does not work, you can make a right click on WRC old and then click on delete. You can even make a right click on WRC and then click on delete. Once the files are deleted, now you can launch the game and then check. Next step is to launch the game from EA app instead of Steam. So if you have the game on Steam, you can install EA app and then you can log into EA app and then make sure that you log in with your EA account where you have the game install linked to Steam. So now log into EA app and then launch the game. Now next step is to repair EA app. To repair EA app, you can type in EA app in Windows search box, type in EA and then make a right click on EA app, click on open file location, and then, or you can simply type in control panel. So type in control panel. Now before you uninstall EA app, before you repair EA app, you can try this. When you type in EA app over here, make a right click and then click on open file location, and then over here you can see app recovery. So make a right click on app recovery and then click on run as administrator, click on yes to allow, and you will see clear cache option. So click on clear cache. Once that is done, you can launch the game. Now to repair EA app, you can type in control panel in Windows search box and then click on control panel. Now click on uninstall a program. Before that, you close EA app. Make sure that you have the EA app closed. Now find EA app in the list, scroll down, and once you find EA app, make a right click on EA app and then click on uninstall. Click on yes to allow and then do not uninstall. You will see a repair option. So click on repair. And once the repair is done, now you can, this will take a couple of seconds or maybe a minute. So once this is done, it will launch the EA app, and then you can launch the game and then check. Next step is to disable Steam overlay. Now, if you have the game on Steam, make a right click on WRC. This is just an example. I don't have the game on Steam, so I'm showing you a different game. So make a right click on WRC game, and then over here you have to, if the option which says enable the Steam overlay while in game, if this is on, you can turn it off and then launch the game and then check. Now, if you have the game on EA app, in that case, open EA app. In my case, the EA app is opening. Now, once you have the EA app open, click on these three horizontal lines and then go to settings and then go to application, scroll down. Now over here you can see in-game overlay. If this is on, you can turn it off, turn off, and then launch the game and then check. Also close all the overlay applications. So if you have overlay on in Discord, turn it off. If you have overlay on in GeForce Experience, turn it off. So close all the overlay application and then launch the game. Next step is to install any free games like Apex Legends and run the game for a few minutes and then close it and then run WRC. So you can go to browse. If you have the game on EA app, then you can search for Apex Legends. Once you find Apex Legends game, you can install it and then you can play for a few minutes and then launch the game. And if you have the game on Steam, even in Steam, you can go to Steam and then you can go to store over here and you can find Apex Legends game in the list, and then you can install it, and then once you install it, you can launch the game and then check. Now the next step is to close OneDrive or Google Drive. So if you have OneDrive, I don't have OneDrive open, but if you have OneDrive open, over here you might see the OneDrive icon. So make a right click on OneDrive icon and then click on quit OneDrive, and then similarly if you have Google Drive open, close Google Drive and then launch the game. Also update your Windows 10 or 11. So go to Windows settings, go to update and security or Windows update, and then click on check for update. Once all the updates are installed, restart your computer and then launch the game. Now the next step is to install Visual C++ file. This is important, so copy this link. The link is provided in the video description. Open this link in a browser. It will take you to Microsoft website. Over here you can see Visual Studio 2015, 17, 19, and 22. Download x86 and then download x64, and you have to run both the exe files. So run x86 version first or x64, whichever you have installed. Now if you have installed, if you see the repair option, click on repair. If you see the install option, click on install. In my case, I have just installed, I've already installed this. So it's telling me to restart my computer. So please ignore this error message. Now download x64. And once the download is complete, again, run this exe file. Click on it. Again, if you see the repair option, click on repair. If you see the install option, click on install. In my case, both are already installed, so it's telling me to restart my computer. Make sure that you restart your computer. So click on restart. So after the system restart, launch the game and then check. Next step is to install DirectX. Now for this, copy this link. The link is provided in the video description. Open this link in a browser. It will take you to Microsoft website. Click on download and then run this exe file. Click on yes to allow and then accept next. Uncheck install Bing bar. We don't want this. Click on next, and once this is installed, restart your computer. So once it is installed, you will see the finish option over here. Once you see the finish option, you restart your computer and then launch the game. So click on finish now and restart your computer. Now the next step is to disconnect additional controller connected to the computer. So if you have any additional controller disconnected, disconnect multiple monitor, try launching the game on single monitor. Disconnect all the USB adapter or USB devices which you're not using. Also close all the overclocking application. Do not overclock. If you have MSI Afterburner, Riva Tuner, or any other overlay application running, overclocking application. If you have any overclocking application, close that overclocking application and then launch the game. Also, if you have any third-party application or services running, just make sure that you close it. Make sure only the Steam and the game is running, or only the EA app and the game is running. Rest close everything, including OBS, browser, especially the Chrome browser. Now close all the browsers and then launch the game. Also, if you have undervolted your computer, remove the undervolt and then launch the game. Perform clean boot. Now for this, type in system configuration in Windows search box and then click on system configuration. Go to the services tab and then put a check on the box which says hide all Microsoft services. First, put a check over here first and then click on disable all. In my case, this option is grayed out. I already did it. In your case, this would be highlighted. So make sure that you put a check on hide all Microsoft services first and then click on disable all, then click on apply, click on OK. You will see a restart option, restart your computer and then launch the game. Now, if you are able to launch the game, switch to window mode and lower down graphics settings. So if you are able to launch the game first. Now, once you launch the game, go to options and extras and then go to basic graphics first. Now over here, if this is set to 4K, you can try 1920 into 1080p. You can even lower down more. Now over here, if this is set to full screen, you can try window mode over here. And you can turn off the VSync and then check. If that does not work, you can turn on the VSync. So check both on and off and then check. Scroll down. Now if the upscaler quality is set to ultra performance, you can select quality. You can turn off the dynamic resolution, turn this off and then apply the settings and then go to advanced graphics. Now over here you can see quality preset. Now if this is set to ultra, you can select high over here. You can even select medium or you can even go for low quality. So try to lower down graphic settings, turn off motion blur over here and then apply the settings and then check the performance. Now the next step is to increase the virtual memory. So to increase the virtual memory, type in View Advanced System Settings in Windows search box and then click on View Advanced System Settings and then click on the first settings and then go to Advanced tab and then click on Change over here and then select the drive. So uncheck the box which says automatically manage paging file size for all drives. Uncheck this box and select the drive where the game is installed. So select the drive and then once you select the right drive, now put a check on custom size and for initial size it's 1.5 into total RAM. So you can check the total RAM in Windows settings. You can go to system and then go to about and total RAM in my case is 16 GB. So you can calculate accordingly. In my case it's 16 GB. So I will calculate as per 16 GB. So and first of all we have to convert 16 GB into megabyte. So we will open calculator. So type in calculator in run box and then click on OK and over here it's 1.5 into total RAM in my case it's 16 GB. So 116 into 1024 is actually 1 GB is equal to 1024 megabyte. So 16 GB in megabyte will be 16384 into 1.5 into total RAM. This is my total RAM in megabyte. Now 1.5 into total RAM that is into 1.5. So in my case initial size is 24576 and maximum size is 3 into total RAM. Now total RAM in my case that is 16 GB. I have 16 GB of RAM. So 16 into 1024. I have converted this in megabyte. Now that is 3 into total RAM. So total RAM is this much into 3. That is 49152. 49152. Now click on set over here. Then click on OK. OK. Apply. OK. OK. Now restart computer. Make sure that you restart your computer after this. Now, the next step is to update the system BIOS. Now, this has worked for many players, so please try this. If your system BIOS is not up to date, you can update your system BIOS. So go to your system manufacturer website. So if you have a Dell computer, go to Dell website. If you have Lenovo computer, go to Lenovo website. If you have HP computer, go to HP website. So go to your system manufacturer website and select your model number. Make sure that you select your computer and then find the latest BIOS update available. Now, in case of laptop, before you update the system BIOS, make sure battery on your computer is more than 10% and the AC adapter, the charger, is connected to the computer when you're updating the system BIOS. During the BIOS update, your system will restart. Do not unplug the power cable when it's updating the system BIOS. After the BIOS update, you can log into the computer and then launch the game. Now, the last step is to uninstall the game. So if nothing is working, you can uninstall and reinstall. So uninstall the game. Now, after you uninstall the game, go to the game installation folder, delete the game folder, and then after you delete it, restart your computer and then reinstall the game to different drive. So if you have another SSD, then try to install the game on SSD and then check. So one of the steps shown in this video should help you to get the game running on your Windows computer. So that'll be all. Thank you so much for your time, and please like this video and subscribe to my channel.